Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. It is the first round of the STS GP Series, and I'm joined in the commentary box by someone different once again. This time it's Skyrider. How are we doing, Skyrider?
Good evening, everybody. Hello, Alan. Nice to have someone new for me and obviously new for you in the commentary booth this evening.
Yep. So it is the first round of the GP Series. I think there's been quite a few changes to the lineup as the days have gone on. People coming in and out of the lineup, but I think we finally have the I wanted to say 16 riders. I might be wrong on that. The Yes, sorry, the 16 riders for tonight's match, and we will go through the riders first of all. So riding at with the number 901 jacket on is the new Swedish team captain Feki. Riding with the number 66 jacket on is Crook 66. Riding with the number 104 jacket on is Mr. Sizzler. Riding with his 69 jacket, I'm not even going to ask why he picked that number, is Mr. JC. Riding with 55 is Zagar 55. Riding with number 13 is Powis 83. Mr. Hadlington 83 has the 45 jacket on. DL Shaw has number 73 on his back. With the 93 jacket on, it is Lofty. We have Chads with the number 25 jacket on. With the number 26 jacket on is Racer Ryan. With number 77 on is Mr. Speedy. With jacket number 106 is Cam. With jacket 666 we have Squall. With the number 4 jacket we have Stefan. And finally with the number 911 jacket is Craig. What a lineup we have tonight, Skyrider.
Yeah, it's a cracking lineup. Certainly can't pick a winner from that one. It's really strong. Going to provide some really good racing this evening.
Have you got a man to watch from that lineup?
I've got a couple of riders to watch this evening. I've got Craig down. Last season he finished seventh. He missed a round, so he's going to want to minimum. He wants his top three. He's going to want to get that title this year. And I've also got Sizzler down. He always seems to turn it on when there's a Grand Prix, so I think he could be one to watch this evening.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with Craig. He's had a good few performances recently in the league, and I think I'm actually gonna go. You're probably all gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna go for Stefan. He's always a man to watch around these tracks, and certainly will be a hard man to beat tonight, I reckon, in the GP series. So we are in. I'm trying to think. Is Prague tonight? We're at Prague for the first round, and also tonight, just while we're on, we have the SCS round one as well. Believe it or not, both going live, going together at the same time. So I'll just give you the lineup for that one, even though we weren't showing it. We'll give you the lineup anyway. So for that one, we had a late withdrawal from that meeting. Unfortunately, Wolfie with technical problems meant he couldn't race tonight. So we have got for that one riding at 29 is Stephen. Riding at 900 is Mackinnon. We've got Scotty B riding on the 707. Riding with the number 30 is Ben Thompson. Riding at 122 is David No Fear. With 116 is Neil R94. With the number 7 is Hobnob. With number 8 is Bewitcher. It's Fozzie with 444. Then we've got Badger Racing with number 19. Wolf 95 with number 95. Lango has the number 85 on his back. Le Saucier with number 33. Tom Ridgway with 164. Pompey with 657, and then Sculio with 683. Any particular riders to watch in that one, do you think, Skyrider?
Y- Yeah, I've got a couple of riders there. Scotty B, he started the season very well. He seems to like the individual competitions as well, so I think he'll go well on the Praga track tonight. I've also got Fozzie down. He's a Grand Prix rider, really, and I think he'll just sweep through the field this evening.
Well, I'm going to go for my two fellow Warriors boys in Scotty B and Badger Racing. I'm hoping Badger can actually jump out from the starts and show us what he can do, and Scotty B, I know what he's made of. In fact, I've also got to put, I've just realised Tank is in there as well. That'll be interesting to see how he's going to referee and race that match. That'll be an interesting combination, how he's going to manage to work that together with refereeing tonight's match for the Grand Prix as well. I believe is he refereeing this as well?
He's refereeing the SCS meeting, and then he's spectating our meeting to screen share for us. So he's got quite a lot of duties on, as well as riding.
It's a big stretch for Tank Will it pay off? Will he manage to get a decent ride in and manage to share the screen and referee all at the same time? It's going to be a big ask for him. So our referee for tonight's GP match is Mr. Thrax. Going to be an interesting referee choice for that one. And I do believe we are going for. What we'll do is we will jump over to the other chat and we'll talk through the rule changes for this season.
Yep.
And we will be right back. And I do believe, yes, we are back. And I do believe actually, Mr. Skyraid, I think you've got a present.
Yeah.
You've actually got a PowerPoint.
Got a handy little
rules on it.
PowerPoint to show you
So
this
I'll
evening.
just get my ready for you to share your screen. There we go.
All right, there we go. You should be able to hopefully see everything if I just click onto slideshow. Let's just hope that works.
I'm waiting on it popping up. Oh, I think I can hear myself twice. Oh dear.
Okay, are we all good?
Yeah, but I can hear myself. Are you watching it on a phone or something?
No. Is that any better?
Let's see. No, I can still hear myself.
Let me turn my volume down. Might be that.
Let me see why I can hear myself too. Try that now. Nope, I can still hear myself.
Still? Okay, let me just double check for you. We don't want that this evening, do we?
Nope, we do not.
Not too sure why it's doing that though, because I've got no other tabs open.
Hold on, try that. Nope, I'm trying to mute my mic. Good idea.
Maybe that's a bit better now. I don't know.
Try it now. No, I can still hear it.
It's very strange.
Just mute. Yeah.
Hang on. Speedy's tagged me in something. It might be to do with that. Let me just double check. Turn volume off. Alan McNally, turn volume off on Sky's vid on Discord.
Oh,
that was the issue. Right, anyway, I believe finally we're all good to go with this PowerPoint. So I will run you through what I've got jotted down this evening. So as you know, the track for this one is Praga. A very tight track. I think it's a Gators track as well, from what I've heard. Sources have told me that. The line, as far as I know, you dive into bend one, switch to the outside, and you repeat the process. I'm not sure if that's changed. Probably has. It's a Grand Prix. Riders like to use all sorts of lines. And then next we have the actual schedule for this series. So we start in the Czech Republic, and then we move to Austria for round 2. We go to Sweden for round 3, and then round 4 is in New Zealand, Germany in round 5, Poland in round 6, Denmark in round 7, finishing it off at Bellevue in Great Britain. So that is your GP and Sliders Championship Series schedule for this season. 8 rounds, which is a difference from last season already. Last season we had 5 rounds. This season they've decided to increase the round number.
Have you got the PowerPoint, or is that...
Now, I am screen sharing. I'm just wondering why that's not...
Hold on,
is it picking up?
It's maybe me. Hold on, I'm restarting this. No, you're on Discord. You've just not put the PowerPoint up. You're on Discord.
I'm on Discord. I've switched to Chrome for that. That's strange. Let me try it again.
Change windows. Try that.
Change windows, that's the one. Blimey now. We got there eventually.
Apologies, folks. I was like you going, I don't see this PowerPoint, but we've got it. Stream pause.
There we go.
There we are.
So there is the track. I've already spoke through that one, so I don't need to go through that again. The schedule, as you can see there, all 8 rounds. And then where were we? Rule changes. So this season, the lowest round scores rule has been removed this season. That used to be where they subtract your lowest round out of all the 5 rounds, and that would obviously differentiate at the end of the season. And that was quite pivotal last season because some riders missed out due to that. We've also got the point system that's changed back to the old format where what you score in each meeting will contribute to your points tally. Last season it was in line with the in real life Grand Prix series, which is obviously 20 points for the winner, 18 for second, 16 for third, and so on. Automatic qualification for next season's series. The top 8 in this season's Grand Prix series will qualify for next season's, and then you've got the top 3 in the Sliders Championship Series. The highest averaged non-Grand Prix rider Season 18 world champion, if not already qualified for the Grand Prix next season. The top three from the season 19 Grand Prix challenge, all the top four if the world champion is already in the series. And then, as we mentioned earlier, a couple of rider replacements for round one. Don's 101 has been replaced by Cam, and then Lofty replaces Bobby. There we are. So that's my very short PowerPoint there, just to run you through a couple of the changes in terms of rules, etc. So hopefully
Hopefully.
that's all good, and I think we'll be ready to go to screen share shortly.
Yes, I'm hoping he will. And I actually can't hear myself, so that's a good thing. Whoever managed to work that one out, fair play to you, because I would never have noticed that. So hopefully Tank will be ready and up and running shortly. But it looks like a tasty little lineup tonight. Um, some good riders in there.
Yeah, very good riders. You've got Racer Ryan. Last season he won a round, round four. He was fourth as well, so got on the podium at the end of the season. And he's a former world champ, so he's got loads of experience. Obviously, you've got Stefan, who's going to want to win the series again. Won it last year.
It would be nice if somebody different did win it, to be fair, rather than just Stefan all the time. No offense, Stefan. Just someone different winning it is always nice.
Another person I'd like to mention actually is Squall. He's started the season very well. His average, I think he's one of the highest averaged riders so far this season, and obviously automatically qualified for the series last year. So I think he could be there or thereabouts this evening.
Yeah, I think he could be, and I think another man that'll be looking to make a better performance tonight than he did in his league meeting the other night there that we had live would be Mr. Shads. I know he was gutted after Wolfie cursed him throughout that meeting, and I think he'll be looking to make a better performance than he did against uh, Storm. I think it was they were against. He didn't score
Against
very well. He didn't
Dynamite.
score very well, but he'll be looking to. I know he'll be looking to score a bit better. I think it was Dynamite. Actually, you're right. I think it was Dynamite.
Yeah, I think you've put the curse on him again there, so he might be out for you this time.
Here's hoping I didn't. But yeah, some good riders in that lineup. Um, especially I think another one we need to keep an eye on is JC. He had some
Yeah,
really good moves in his league meeting the other night there. So I'll be excited to see how he gets on tonight as well.
I've got one as well for you. Cam, I think it's his first ever Grand Prix appearance, so he's really got no pressure on him, and he's a very solid, capable young rider. So I think that could bode well this evening.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how he mixes with the riders that have all. I think the rest of them must have had, apart from possibly Fecky. I think the rest have probably had Grand Prix appearances somewhere down the line.
Yeah, and that's another man actually, Fekir, who could actually get on very well this evening.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be his kind of style of track. To be fair.
And I've got to get it in. Being a former Grand Prix rider myself, I can tell you how different the Grand Prix meetings are to league meetings. They are so much harder because obviously it's just a different level.
Yeah, I think you'll be gutted you're not racing tonight in either of the Grand Prix or the SCS series matches.
Yeah, I'm gutted I missed out, but it's nice to have a year off to kind of focus on the league.
Yeah. So I think we're about 5 minutes from being underway. I'm hoping Tank won't be far away from being able to share his screen. I know he's got a lot to be getting on with tonight. I'm hoping he will be here shortly. He will be sharing his screen shortly. I'm guessing he's doing some last minute practice round the SCS track, which I believe is Praga as well. So I'm going to assume he'll be getting some last minute laps in to make sure he's razor sharp ready for the match tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting as well to see how the riders in the Sliders Championship Series get on. Sure, we'll keep tabs on that as well throughout the night, after maybe every four heats.
Yeah, after maybe every 4 heats, I'll try and jump over to the other spreadsheet and see how they're getting on, see who's top and who's not doing so well. Oh, we have a
There we
screen.
go.
I heard the sound. We have a screen.
Question is it on your screen?
It's online. I've got it up. It should be up. It's very small. I don't know what he's done, but he's shrunk it.
So just looking forward to this evening. I've noticed a couple of heats there on my spreadsheet to look out for. So Stefan and Craig meet instantly in their first race of the night in Heat 4. So that's going to be an interesting battle between the two.
Yeah, that is going to be a very interesting one because those two have certainly had both had really good starts to the season, and obviously with Stefan being the reigning world champion, he'll be looking to win that heat with some ease.
Another one I've got is Heat number 10. You've got Speedy, Zagar, Stefan, and Crook. I couldn't really cut. That's a very tough heat.
Yeah, it looks a very tough heat between those four. I think though, I think Stefan probably will get the better of that heat if I'm maybe being a wee bit over ambitious there for Stefan, but you never know. It'll be a tasty little heat. Anything could happen. I mean, look at David Nofier the other night there. We thought he wasn't going to win some of those heats that he was at against some big riders, and my goodness, he pulled it off. So anything
Definitely.
can happen.
And a rider I'd like to mention, actually, he was in that heat I just mentioned. Crook 66. He's not riding in the league this season, so that means all focus goes on the Grand Prix for him, which could be pivotal. Last season he finished eighth, but I think this season, on that basis, he could be looking to finish higher.
Yeah, well, with him not league racing, that'll give him time to focus all his attention on the Speedway GP Series. It's a bit of a shame he's not racing in the league though. That definitely would have strengthened the team somewhere.
And it's definitely worth mentioning that the Grand Prix Challenge qualifiers were Shads, Hadlington, and Fecky, so that is why they are in this series.
Ah, that makes sense. Well, fair play to them for qualifying through the GP Series, the GP Challenge. That obviously shows they're ready to race in the GP Series. So it'll be an interesting to see if they can actually do as well as they did in the qualifiers.
I've just had a couple of comments from people saying your mic volume's a little bit too
Oh,
low. If you could have that increased.
one moment, I will try and see why that is. Hold on. I don't know why
The
that
man we've
is.
actually not mentioned so far is Powys, surprisingly, considering he's a runner-up last year and he's won so much. He'll want to go one better.
Right, if you can let me know if that's any better, I will try and increase it more. I'm just going to jump back over here to see. It is right up, so I don't understand why that's done that. Give me a second.
Okay, I believe we should be getting ready to go racing very shortly.
Somebody can let me know on the stream if that's any better. Because it is right up. It can let me know if that's any louder.
Okay, Heat 1 has been announced.
Okay,
If you'd like to run us through.
yep. So heat number one in red off gate one we have Fecky. In blue off gate two is Crook 66. Sizzler goes in. I wanted to say green, but it looks like black here for some reason. Black off gate number three, and in yellow off gate four is JC.
Sizzler will be off white, just so you know.
Oh, it is white. I kind of was like, is it white or is it green? But then they've coloured it black on the spreadsheet for some reason, which I'm a bit confused. What a way to throw somebody.
Tough looking Heat here. I think Sizzler might be the one to watch here.
Yeah, I think he will be. I think it'll be, but it'll be tough with JC and Crook 66 in there. And don't disregard Fecky either. I think it'll be certainly a big heat to watch. I'm just going to put this into full screen. And we are good to go. They're all in the server. We are heading to tapes. Here we go. Heat number one. It would be nice if Tank could hit the continue button.
Just watch Fecky off of gate 1 here.
Oh my Jesus, this is tiny. And they're off. And it's a good start for the. Oh my goodness. for the rider in blue, that being Crook 66 in the lead. Second at the moment is the rider in white, Sizzler, with Fecky in third and JC at the back. What can he make
Look
of
at the
it?
push from Pecky there.
Yeah, a little bit of a push. It's a fight between Fecky and Sizzler at the moment for second place with 1 lap to go. And it's still Crook 66 in the lead. Second at the moment is Sizzler with Fecky in third and JC at the back as they go into turns 3 and 4. Oh, JC lost it a little bit there, but it was a win for Crook 66. Second, I believe, was Sizzler and Fecky in third with JC at the back. So a good first heat from Crook 66. JC unlucky there, and a good battle for second place.
Yeah, Crook rode a very good line there, diving in perfectly to that first bend. So that meant he held it fine with no pressure for all 4 laps. Fecky got very unlucky there. Thought he could have stole second place.
Yeah, I thought he might have done, to be fair. He was just a little bit unlucky, Sizzler holding him off for that. And we have a new track record, 35.816 for heat number 1.
I've just had a message from the chat saying that you need to switch screens if that's okay, which means we might have missed that one.
I can switch screen. Oh dear, did I forget to do it again? Oh, I've done it again. My apologies. I thought I changed that. I keep forgetting to do that. we
I'll
have.
channel my inner Wolfie. One job, Alan.
One of these days I'll get it right. Apologies, people. Apologies.
So a new track record there for Crook. I can see that being broken again tonight with the riders we've got in this series.
Yeah.
Very solid ride. Sizzler, he done well to hold on for that second place.
Yeah, I thought Fecky might have got it there, but and then JC just running it a little bit wide into that fourth bend of the final lap. Otherwise, I think it would have been close for him catching third, maybe. As we await heat number 2 going to tapes, I can tell you it's Zagar in red gate 1, Hadlington 83 blue gate 2, it's Powis in white gate 3, and DL Shaw in yellow gate number 4.
Yeah, it's a very tasty one, this one. So you've got Zagar off the inside, which I would like to say is an instant advantage on this track. And then you've got Powis off of gate 3 looking to swoop across.
Yeah, that is exactly it. It'll be a very tasty heat number 2, but between the 4 riders, just who will take the advantage after of this next heat number 2 as we await the riders. Oh, they're all in the server. They're getting very quick tonight as we await the referee, Mr. Thrax, getting them to the tapes for heat number 2.
Yeah, DL Shaw off the outside as well will be interesting.
Absolutely. Didn't really work for JC in heat number 1. Let's see if DL Shaw can make a better fist of it in heat number 2. That outside gate. And I'm sure Hadlington will be looking to use gate number 2 to its advantage after having watched Crook win off it in heat number 1. As we await.
If we can continue, that is.
I don't know if Stephen's if Tank's racing in the other one and he's running behind. No.
Here we go.
Here we go. And the lights are green. And they're away, and it's a good start from the rider in the blue helmet colour, being Hadlington 83. Second at the moment is the rider in white, Powis 84, and third is the rider in yellow, DL Shaw, with Zagar at the back. Watch this move now from the rider in the blue helmet. He's trying that inside run. That's Hadlington 83. He's done it. Hads is in the lead. Oh, we've lost
Whoa.
Zagar there, and it's Hadlington 83 in the lead at the moment. Powis second, and Dale Shaw in third. Oh, he did a bit of a knock there, and they're getting a bit of a gap now. Hadlington and Powis with one corner to go. Good
Great ride by
ride.
Hadlington there.
Good ride by Hadlington. Didn't expect him to win that heat, to be fair, but he made that gate 2 work again with Powis 84 in second and DL Shaw in third with Zagar at the back. And I can tell you the time for that one was, by the looks of it, 35.899. And that's just me trying to read the Tank's screen there. Very good race there though from Hadlington. Unlucky for the rider in red, Zagar 55. Just lost it a little bit and ended up in the centre green.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Zagar to do that, but I think that might catch out a few riders when you're diving into that bend. You might find yourself in the grass.
Yeah, it's not the.
Hadlington with a very solid win. As you said, wasn't expecting that with Powys, Zagar, and DL Shaw in there, but I thought it would be his kind of track.
Yeah, he certainly seems to be liking this track, Hadlington. I think Zagar will not be happy with that one and will be looking to come out and get a better performance in heat number 2. As we move, in these next heat, as we move into heat number 3, we've got Shads in red gate 1, we've got Racer Ryan in blue gate 2, Lofty, the late replacement in white gate 3, and Speedy in yellow gate number 4. Another tasty
Speedy
looking
says,
lineup. Oh,
is it possible to minimise the people at the bottom of the screen and make it full screen, just so we can see the
it is full
view,
screen.
tanks view a bit clearer?
I will do my best to try and work out how I'm going to do that. There you go.
While you're doing that, I'll
Oh, there
announce
we
heat
go.
number 3.
That's better.
So off of the inside in red, we've got Shads. Off of gate 2 in blue, we've got Racer Ryan. In white, off of gate 3, is Lofty. And off of the outside gate in yellow is Speedy.
Yep. So another tasty looking lineup, and I can tell you we are waiting. Oh, I was about to say we're waiting Shads, but he has just entered the server, and we will be going to tapes very shortly with heat number 3. I can tell you the time for that last race, by the way, was 35.899. So another very quick heat.
Intrigued to see how Shads does here. We've had 2 back-to-back gate 2 wins, so will Racer Ryan make that third?
Here, well, we'll have to wait and see. If folk can let me know if that's now better. I think that's better now because it is a lot bigger. As the lights go green and they're away. What a start from the rider in the white helmet colour there. That is Lofty. However, we have actually just lost Lofty. And it is Racer Ryan in the lead, Shads in second, and Speedy in third. Oh, Lofty's on the back straight.
Yeah, and it's
It didn't have a good
It's a
ride
very
there.
solid ride so far by Ryan, holding the remaining 2 riders off in. Shad's in second place there, and that is Speedy coming through
Ooh.
just to get the
Oh,
better of
we've
Shad's on that
lost.
straight, and Shad has binned it.
Yep, we've just lost Shads, and it is Racer Ryan in lead and Speedy second as we go into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. What a
Yep.
win for Racer Ryan, second Speedy, and Shads makes third with Lofty at the back. And that was in a time of 35.900. So only
Yeah, and you'll
knocked.
see Shad's there lost a little bit of ground on bend 2 from Speedy, and you'll see that kind of shook him up, which is probably why he did go in the fence there. So a very solid move by Speedy to put him off of his line and get round him.
It was indeed, and again another good race off gate number 2 seems to be the dominant gate for the first 3 heats. As we move into heat number 4, I can tell you it's Stefan in red gate 1, Squall will be in blue gate 2, Craig in white gate 3, and Cam, another late replacement, in yellow gate number 4. This will be an interesting heat between Stefan and Craig.
Yeah, and you can't count out Squall either. He's in rich form. Cam, he's got no pressure on him, so he could he could perform an upset here.
Yeah, he could indeed. With no pressure on a Cam, he'll be looking to just enjoy himself out there and see what he can do on the track. And we seem to have a problem with the server for Stefan. Sorry, Tank even. Tank seems to be having an issue connecting to the server. Are we in trouble already?
Still awaiting the heat announcement, so that's why we're not loading in. But watch out for Stefan off of the inside here. I think he'll hold that line straight from the off. And as I said, it's a gator's track, and we know Stefan loves to gate, so could see that come into play here.
We could, yeah. It has been a Gators track so far. Some people making some fantastic gates there. I'm just gonna have a look and see how the SCS is getting on just while we're waiting on this heat jumping in. I believe 2 people are in so far. Oh wow, there's been some drama in this one. can tell you they've had a new track record on that one of 36.081. And we've had 1, 2, 3 riders not finish their heat. Ben Thompson, Lango, and we are missing a rider in the STS series. Someone's disappeared. The rider number 8 in the lineup. I don't know if you know who that was off the top of your heads.
Can't say I'm too familiar. Who were the heat winners so far?
Heat winners so far were Stephen in Heat 1, Hobnob in Heat 2, and Wolf 95 in Heat number 3. And they're going into Heat number 4. Oh, I can tell you it's just getting added in now, as this heat is just about to go. I'm not too sure who's won that one. Or is it going in? No, it's not going in, so we'll come back to that one as the GP Heat 4 is about to go. As I wanted to say tank, but it's not tank. As the referee Thrax gets them to the tapes.
Yeah, and it's the battle of the best here between Stefan and Craig. Who's going to better each other in this heat? And this could prove vital towards the end of the night. I'm sure both will be looking to qualify for the semi-finals, and I'm sure both will. But this will set the tone, I'm sure.
It will indeed. It'll set the tone for the whole meeting tonight. Go just this one heat, and the lights are green, and they're away. And it's a beautiful gate actually from the rider in white. Craig, he's in the lead at the moment. Stefan in second. Oh, Stefan now in at the lead. Craig in second. Squall in third, and Cam at the back. Oh, watch this one. Oh, I've
Ooh.
lost Squall, and it is Stefan in the lead. Craig in second, and Cam in third. Well,
Yeah, and
don't.
Cam's mounting a challenge
Oh, he's
towards
done.
Craig, and he's just actually fenced him there.
And it's now Cam in second with Stefan holding the lead with a lap to go. And Craig in third with Squall at the back. Craig not going to be happy with Cam there with the move. And I think he's going to challenge Stefan here. Oh, he just didn't quite catch him. Stefan the winner. Cam with a second place there. And Craig in third with Squall at the back. What a result for Cam there. 2 points. I think that was better than I was expecting from that heat.
Yeah, most definitely. You see Stefan bend free. He entered that bend early on lap one, which is what made him get the better of Craig there. Craig very unfortunate to be stuck in a fence there by Cam, but a very good ride by Cam as well. Getting his first 2 points of a Grand Prix series.
It was, and I can tell you it was a new track record, courtesy of Stefan there, 35.787. So a very respectable win there for Stefan with the new track record in heat number 4.
Yeah, and I would say it is expected though for Stefan to be braking and hitting those times.
That is true, it is expected of Stefan. And I actually thought at one point towards the end of that race that Cam might actually catch him on the finish there. It was going that way.
Yeah, he was building on some solid foundations there, Cam,
I think if
and
he'd had
it's a
another
very good
lap, he'd
series.
have caught him.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's back out in this heat, so he'll be looking to pick a few more points, I'm sure.
Yes, he's back out in this heat in the red helmet off gate 1. He'll be joined in this heat by Fecky in blue gate 2, Zagar in white gate 3, and Lofty in yellow gate number 4. And 3 riders are in. We are just awaiting the arrival of Zagar. I think he's one of these people that like to join last minute.
Yeah, he does his last minute practice lap. I think he might be looking for a better result than last time. Obviously, he stuck himself in the grass. Be looking for a win to set that straight.
He will indeed, and Cam will be looking to build on that second place in the last race, looking to get some more points on the board, and maybe even steal a semi-final place. And we have 3 riders only, I believe. Something has gone wrong.
Nope, we're still waiting for Zagar to enter the server.
Well, it says Heat 5 is about to start, so let your bike. So, oh, he has 1 minute. Zagar has 1 minute to join the server. Oh, don't tell
1
me,
minute warning.
don't tell me Zagar's going to get himself excluded.
Oh no, he won't. He'll leave it right till the last minute. You watch. He loves to do it. Unless he's had a pop up, that's entirely possible as well.
Oh, here he
There we
is.
go.
Here he is. Zagar, better late than never. The 4 riders called up to tapes. Oh, hang on. Tank said he needs a minute.
Just making everyone wait a bit longer.
Now we're after race. Oh, here we go. Apologies, folk. We will have Heat 5 just shortly as we wait to see what is happening. I'm just going to
I'm
check.
sure Lofty as well. He ran. He actually got excluded in his last one, so I'm sure he's looking to get in the points now.
So we are just awaiting the spectator who is racing his heat in the STS round number 1. I think he's racing currently at the moment. And oh, okay, we are now good to go. I was about to give you the how it was looking in the STS series, but we'll tell you that in a minute after this heat. As we await the riders getting pulled up to tapes by the referee and the lights to get put on. Here we go, heat number 5. Lights are green, and they're away. What a start from the rider in the blue helmet there. Got off to the best of starts, but the rider in white's in the lead at the moment. That is Zagar, but now it is the rider in blue, Ficky in the lead. Lofty second, Cam in third, Zagar at the back.
And
It
watch the
is...
challenge from Cam. He's come through into
Oh!
first, and who's that has binned it? Lofty.
Lofty
And Cam,
has...
as you see, leading very well there, driving into that bend, and he's getting himself in the dirt on them straights.
Yeah, Cam doing a fantastic job here tonight. He's in the lead with a lap to go. Second at the moment is Ficky, but don't watch Zagar. He's going to give everything he can to catch second place. Whoa, what a move from
Oh, and
Zagar!
Fecking steals the second there.
Yep, Zagar losing it on the back straight with Lofty at the back. So it's a win for Cam. Ficky second, Zagar third, and Lofty at the back. I can tell you, Cam won that in a time of 35.882.
And
So
you'd have seen on that last bend, Zagar. It looked like Zagar was expecting Feki to run around the outside so he could dive into him, but Feki actually entered the bend a little bit earlier, which is why he got the better of him and finished in that second place.
it was indeed, and it was a great ride for Cam. 2 races, 5 points for Cam. That's a great result for him.
Yeah, and no pressure on him, so absolutely, why not go out there and put your name out there in the Grand Prix?
Absolutely, and I think that if he can keep that performance up, who knows how he'll finish tonight's meeting. But he is having a great match so far as we move into heat number 6. And it is Squall in red, gate 1, Shads is in blue, gate 2, Crook 66 in white, gate 3, and Powis 84 in yellow, gate number 4. So another
Yeah,
tasty
and
heat.
Squall will be looking to have a better race this time. Obviously, in his last race, he finished last. Shads as well. Crook will be looking for his first win, and Powis will be looking to improve on what he'd done in his first race with a second place. And I'm sure that win will come.
Just to interject, the Crook will be looking for his second win on the bounce because he did win heat number 1.
Yep, off of gate 2. Off of gate 3 this time, which means he does need to get across.
Yeah, he's offered. I would say he's off a decent gate 3. It's not been a terrible gate, but I think it's been one of the better gates of tonight's meeting is certainly gate number 3.
Yeah, it's had the most second places so far this meeting, so it could prove to be good for Crook here.
Yeah, and I think Powis is off the challenging gate number 4. Saying that gate 1's not been much of a better gate, to be fair.
Although
So
Cam and Speedy did make that gate 4 work to pick up 2 points respectively.
they did indeed. Actually, you're absolutely right there. And I think we're just awaiting the arrival of Crook 66 to join us in the server for heat number 6. And we're going to have time this time to run down the SEs, I wonder. Let's see who's going to be first, him or me.
It looks like it might be him.
Ah, I'll get there eventually. We'll give you an update at some point.
I'm just going to say I think Shads could be the spoiler here because he does like a dive bomb, and that this track is what it's about. So, is we just waiting then? Heat number 5, no 6, sorry. There we go. Riders are at the gate, ready to go.
The lights are green. And they're away, and it's another good even start, I would say. But the rider in white emerges first there. That is Crook 66. Second at the moment is Powis 84, with Shads and Squall fighting for third place, but Shads taking third at the moment as they enter Ben's Team 4 for the second time. And it is
Yeah, but look at
currently
Powis.
Powis is now in the lead, Crook 66 in second, and Shads in third with Squall at the back as we enter
Powis leading a very strong line there. Crook just looking to get the better of him on that bend there. He doesn't do it. Powis blocks. Shads is mounting a challenge on Crook as well. It's all even here as Powis gets the win there.
Second was Crook 66 and third was Shads with Squall at back. A very good fight there between first and second. I would actually say it was a good fight between all four of them for that entire heat. It was a very good race.
Yeah, it was a fairly even heat, especially at the back as well. But Powis, obviously, he done what he does best, blocking, and Crook couldn't find a way past him in that heat.
No, he could not. He gave it everything he could, Crook, but just got unlucky towards the end of that race. And Powis winning that race in a time of 35.882, matching the time of Cam in heat number 5. Would you believe it?
Very rare that happens. And that win by Powis now puts him on 5 points, and Crook also on 5 points with that second place.
It does indeed, which puts them in good stead for a semi-final place, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it means we now have 3 riders on 5 points: Cam, Powis, and Crook.
Yep, and we have 2 riders on 3 points. Oh, sorry, 3 riders on 3 points, being Stefan, Racer Ryan, and Hanlington, with Fecky, Sizzler, Zagar, and Speedy all on 2, and Shads as well on 2, and Craig on 1, Dale Shaw on 1, and JC, Lofty, and Squall all on 0 points after the first 6 heats of action. As we move into heat number 7, with Racer Ryan in red gate 1, Stefan in blue gate 2, Hadlington 83 in white gate 3, and Sizzler off the outside in yellow in gate 4.
Here, and Stefan's got the favourable gate here, but Sizzler could make it work off the outside. Powis did do so in the last heat.
He did, and I think Sizzler will be looking to match that win from Powis in heat number 6. He'll be looking to match that off gate number 4 in heat 7, but I know Stefan will be doing what he does best off gate number 2. I do believe we are awaiting the arrival of Stefan. Is it? I think we're waiting on Stefan and someone.
Yeah, well, we can't count out Hadlington in this one either. He did get a win in his first race against Powis, Shaw, and Zagar, so it's entirely possible he goes and does the exact same thing here.
I do apologise.
If
It's
he makes
actually
it to the
Hadlington
heat.
we're waiting on.
Nothing like a little practice lap.
No, there is not, and I'm hoping he will make it in on time. He has 1 minute left. Hope he doesn't get excluded. Well, that could be drama. 30 seconds for Hadlington. Oh dear. Oh dear.
And I think you'll see more of this happen as the series goes on, actually, these practice laps. When you get to the more unknown tracks, specifically, yeah, you'll see quite a lot of riders doing this.
I'm biting my nails here as we wait. Oh, he's just done it, and just. I think he just made it in on time. I'd be very interested to know how long he had left of that 30 seconds. But anyway, as we move into heat number 7, the riders are heading to tapes here at Praga.
And Ryan off the inside as well. If he blocks Stefan at bend 1, but as I said, it is Gators track, so it's entirely down to what happens at the gate here.
Yep, and I'm thinking Stefan will be looking to gate off of that gate number 2, the favourable gate in this heat, and the lights are green. And they're away, and it's it. As expected, Stefan has made the gate off gate number 2, but watch the rider in white here, Hadlington 83 as they enter bend 4 for the first time. Stefan in the lead, Hadlington second, Racer Ryan in third, with Sizzler at the back. But watch Hadlington and Racer Ryan. Oh, Ryan's now into second with
Yeah,
Hadlington
very good block.
third.
Very good block by Ryan there, and Ryan is holding on with that dive on the inside, but Hadlington's still pushing. Stefan's getting clearer and clearer in the lead there, as Hadlington now looks to dive on the inside and get under Ryan, but that does not happen as Ryan blocks him to get that second place.
It does indeed. I actually thought Sizzler was going to lose it before the finish line there. I think he was lucky to cross the finish line. But it was another good race from Stefan there, with Stefan winning, Racer Ryan in second, Handlington in third, and Sizzler at the back. And he won it in a time of 35.835, which,
Yeah, another solid win straight from the gate there from Stefan, which is the stuff he does, and that is why he's so good. He's just great from the gate, and he can hold that line.
yep, and that is why he is the current world champion. And he'll be looking to get this first round wrapped up as quickly as he can to get himself prepared for round two.
And we're now seeing these gates start to differentiate because the outside gate is probably the worst, I'd now say.
It is. It's
Not
not
where you
been.
want to
It's
be.
not been the best. Gate four. I think it's only had one win off Gate four, and that was Powys. Apart from that, it's had a couple of second places, but really it's been a struggle off Gate number four, and I'm afraid it is that it's not going to be a good heat here for Craig because he's off Gate four in yellow, with JC in red Gate one, Dale Shaw in blue Gate two, and Speedy in white Gate number three.
Yeah, so Craig actually only ran a third in his last heat, so he's because he went in the fence. So obviously he's going to want to complete 4 laps, get a win under his belt here. We've got JC, who is yet to gain a point, so he'll be looking for that in this one. DL Shaw, who has put himself on a point as well. And then we have got Speedy, who is on 2 points. But yeah, Craig definitely going to be looking for a win here.
He will indeed, and I think off Gate four that's going to be a tough thing to ask as we get ready for heat number 8. I nearly said 4 there. Heat number 8, as the referee calls the riders to tapes.
Again, keep your eye on DL Shaw from gate 2 here.
I'd also keep an eye on JC off gate number 1. He's a rider not to be messed with. As the lights go green and they're away. And it is a good start for the rider in blue, believe it or not. DL Shaw, and the rider in white, Speedy, lost it a little bit there on that back straight. Second at the moment is Craig, with JC in third. Don't discount Craig, he'll be giving it everything for the next 2 laps as they enter Bend 4 for the second time.
Yeah, but DL Shaw's leading a very strong line, and Craig cannot get near him as he gets in that dirt, DL Shaw. But Craig is pushing, and he does nearly beat him on that bend there. But JC's mounting a challenge at the back there to get into second place.
Oh, and Speedy's lost it again on that back straight, and I can't think it's a win for DL Shaw. Second was Craig, third JC, and Speedy at the back. And a very good time there for DL Shaw, 35.941 in heat number 8.
Yeah, very solid ride from DL Shaw, but you feel if there was one more lap in it, Craig might have caught him with only a 0.03 difference between the two.
Yeah, not a lot in it between those two. It was in fact it was 0.030 actually between those two, even quicker between those two. But after 8 heats, I can tell you that currently leading the way is Stefan on 6 points. Second at the moment is Cam on 5 points. Then we've got a joint third between Crook 66, Powys 84, and Racer Ryan all on 5 points. Then we move to 6th place with Hadlington on 4 points, DL Shaw in 7th on 4 points, and completing the top 8 on 3 points is Craig.
I think the way this meeting is heading, we might be looking at 8-9 points minimum to get into the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think Stefan, if he wins one more, I reckon that's him possibly safe. Maybe getting a couple of extra points after that wouldn't be a bad thing for him. But he is looking like a solid front runner at the moment as we head into heat number 9. It is Powys 84 in red gate 1, Craig out again in blue gate 2, Fecky in white gate 3, and Racer Ryan off the unfavoured gate number 4 in yellow.
Two teammates turned enemies here in Powys and Craig. Looking forward to the battle between them off of the inside gates, the favourable gates. But don't discount Ryan off of the outside. If he can make it work, it's entirely possible he'll sweep through the lot.
Yeah, and I wouldn't discount Fecky either. He is known to come out from nowhere, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on in this one as well. Pow isn't here. Oh, we are missing a rider. We are waiting for Powys to join the party. That was
Just
all.
while we wait for that, if we have two riders tied for eighth place, I believe it will go on countback this evening, which is entirely possible that we do see that happen because currently we do have two riders tied for eighth place.
And just quickly, while we await, Speedy was still in. Powis has just jumped in now.
It just seemed very one-lined in this track. So, as I say, Gators track, Craig should be the one to watch here. Obviously, Powis with his blocking moves, if he can get up the inside, he will hold that for 4 laps.
Yeah, he will indeed. I can tell you in the SCS series, in first place on 9 points, 3 wins out of 3 is Wolf 95. Second is Stephen on 8. Third at the moment on 5 is Badger Racing. Fourth on 4 points is Pompey. It's Lasossi
So
in
we're just
fifth.
ready to go with this
I'll
race
come
here,
back to
Alan.
this. I'll come back to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Lights are green and they're away. And it's a good start for the rider in the yellow helmet. That is Racer Ryan. Second in the... oh, but watch the rider in blue here.
Ooh.
Gee, that was a good fight there from Craig with Powis in third and Fecky at the back. And it's now all changing hands. They go
Yeah,
into
there's a
lap
sweep there, and
2.
it's a battle between all 4 riders as Fecky comes from the back to nearly move into first place. It's pretty hard to see who's in first place
We've
here, and
just
that is
lost
Fecky that's
Fecky
just
there.
found himself in the fence. Craig holding that dive into the outside. Is he going to hold this inside to outside line here? Powis looks to get the better of him on the last bend, but he doesn't. And that is Craig that wins that race ahead of Powis in at second, Ryan in third, and Fecky at the back in fourth. But it was a very close race between all 4 riders.
It was indeed until I think probably the last lap and a half, and then Fecky unfortunately found himself in a little bit of trouble in the fence, and it left the other 3 to fight it out for first place, with Craig emerging the winner in a time of 35.993. Again, a very good time for the rider tonight there in first place.
Yeah, it might have been one of the slower times this evening, but that is because the race was very good. Powis apparently was in orange, but it shouldn't matter because it doesn't really affect the standings.
Are we pretty sure that wouldn't get rerun again because he was in the wrong helmet colour? Or would that...
It could have, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, just while we wait to see what happens with that one, I'll give you the SCS uh, top 8 at the moment. So it was Wolf 95 was in first on 9 points. Second at the moment is Stephen on 8 points. Then you've got Pompey in joint third with David No Fear on 6 points. Then we go to Lasossi in fourth on 6 points. Badger Racing fifth on 5 points. Sixth on 4 points is Lasossi, eh? I've done that wrong somewhere. Yeah, I've done that wrong somewhere. Seventh at the moment on 4 points is Scotty B, and making the top 8 is Neil R94 on 8 points. So a very...
Pretty interesting to see that the wild card for that series is currently leading the meeting on 9 points on a maximum.
yes, it is indeed. That's interesting. I didn't know Wolf was the wild card, but there you go. Interesting to know. As we move on to heat number 10 of the GP round 1, it is Speedy in red gate 1, Zega 55 in blue gate 2, Stefan going for his third win in a row off white gate 3, and Crook 66 in yellow gate 4.
Yeah, hard one to call here. Stefan looking for his third win in a row, looking to move on to that maximum this evening. I've no doubt he's eyeing up now. Zagar, he's looking to improve on a second place, wants to get his first win of the evening.
He will indeed, but I still think Stefan will be a hard one to beat in this race. But don't discount Zagar or Speedy, or in fact Crook. Any of them could win this heat. But I think we all know it's more than likely going to be Stefan. But you just never know; it can all change like that. The drop of a hat, it can change as they approach the tapes and the lights go green and they're away. And actually, it was a very good start there from the rider in the... Who's going to emerge first? It is the rider in yellow.
But,
Crook 66 with Stefan in second. Zagar in
yeah,
third with
Crook
Speedy
holding that
fourth.
line very well ahead of Stefan there. He's mounting a challenge. He's trying to get to that inside before Crook does. Crook just slips on that bend there,
Yeah,
but he
Crook's
holds.
still in the lead at the moment. Stefan's just trying to get past him. He'll give it everything with the rider in blue Zagar in third, and Speedy at the back. We've just lost Speedy though. He has gone
Is
into the
Stefan going to
second
get it
lane.
on his last bend? As it
Stefan,
goes for the inside run, and does Crook hold on? Crook holds on.
very good ride from Crook there. Stefan unlucky not to get the first place, but he gave it a good battle with the rider in blue Zagar in third and Speedy at the back. Crook winning that in a time of 35.837. Very good time there from Crook 66.
Yeah, that's a great win by Crook off of the outside gate as well, which is probably the hardest gate to go off of tonight. And to beat Stefan, who was giving it his all there,
Yeah,
quality ride.
Stefan wouldn't leave off him for any of those 4 laps. He was on his back exhaust for those 4 laps, trying to get the better of him.
Yeah, and a very solid time by Crook as well, even off the outside gate.
Yeah, it was indeed as we move in to heat number 11 of the 20 qualifying heats, and it is DL Shaw in red gate 1, Lofty blue gate 2, Sizzler in white gate 3, and Squall off the outside in the yellow helmet colour.
So at the halfway point of this meeting, Crook does lead it with Powis in second place, Stefan in third. Will that landscape change?
Who knows? I think it could go swing anyway here. With I'm still quite surprised that Crook and Stefan both on 8 points, both on 2 wins. Could that change throughout the meeting? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and we've got Lofty who's yet to score off of gate 2. This could be the gate that he makes it work.
Yep, and I think Stefan will be gutted to let Crook take another win there because that means he's having to share the lead currently at the moment with Crook. As we are going to tapes now for heat number 11. And the referee is bringing the riders to tapes for heat number 11. It's going to be another interesting heat. It's been some very good racing tonight from, especially that last race. I think that's been the race of the night so far between Stefan and Crook 66 in heat number 10. As the lights go green and they're away, and it is a good start from the rider in the red helmet colour, that being DL Shaw. Second at the moment is Lofty. But watch this from the rider in yellow Squall. He's given it everything. And now the rider in white Sizzler's mounting a challenge
Yeah, and
onto
watch
Lofty
Squall
now.
here. And it's a good move by Lofty there to block the both of them as he goes for that outside run now. DL Shaw's clear, no one's going to catch him, but Lofty just looks to hold on as Sizzler nearly gets through.
Yep, Sizzler's still in third though, and he will be trying to challenge the rider in blue with a lap. I think this is the last lap. No, yes it is, with a win for DL Shaw. Second was Lofty, Sizzler in third, and Squall at the back. DL Shaw winning that in a time of 35.891. Another good race there though between all 4 riders, chopping and changing behind the leader DL Shaw. He was away clear, but Lofty, Sizzler, and Squall chopping positions between 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, great ride there between all three of them. Lofty done very, very well to block off Squall and Sizzler, and I thought that was a great ride.
Yeah, it was another very entertaining heat, that one. And if that is the way that this match is going to go, it is going to be entertaining for the remainder of tonight's match as we go into heat number 12, and it is Cam in red gate 1, Jai C blue gate 2, Shads will be off gate 3 in white, and Hadlington 83 in yellow gate number 4. Another
Yeah,
interesting lineup.
we've got Cam back again. Obviously, no pressure, and he's proving that he's got no pressure with the score he's on at the minute 5. If he wins here, he's on 8 points. We've got Jason here looking to improve on his last, which was a third, I believe. And Shads and Hadlington, obviously Hadlington as well. He's also rode very well this evening. He's got 4 points so far. If he gets a second here, he's on his way to a semi-final place.
Yeah, Shads will be looking to pick up more than a third place this time. He's going to need to if he wants to get into the semi-final. And we're awaiting the rival, I believe, of Hadlington, who just jumps in as I say his name, if like magic.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll notice, but the riders off the outside gate tend to go around mid-track to try and get around the riders that go on the inside line and force their way through.
Yeah, I don't think that going that using that wide line is really working tonight. So I think having to go in the mid track if you're off the inside gates is probably your only way of mounting a challenge on anyone off the inside gates. As we approach the tapes and the lights are going green, the referee is about to start the race, and they're away. And it is oh, we've lost the rider in blue on the first turn.
That'll
I
be a
think that
rerun.
might be a rerun. Yep, rerun.
Yep,
Will someone get an exclusion though, or will it be an all four back?
it'll be all four back first bend.
Ah, I mean all
Very
four.
unfortunate there because you could see as soon as that before riders turned that bend, Jason just got forced in. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, JC being left with nowhere to go there, but from the four riders into that first bend, and it will be a rerun with all four riders. Rerun all four riders as we wait the referee calling the heat again for the rerun of heat number 12.
And I've just been told there's a new track record, but not in this meeting, in the SCS meeting,
Ooh,
which is now held by Ben Thompson.
interesting to know. That is interesting. I'm actually going to go and find out what that track record is from Ben Thompson. I can tell you the new track record is 35.892.
I don't think that is a new track record. Maybe it is in their meeting, but obviously it's the same track, so it might not be the case.
I'm sure Stefan was 35.7 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we get the rerun underway, and it's a great start from JC this time. He was electric out the tapes, and Hadlington 83 was in second there. It is now Shad's in second. Cam in third. Hadlington struggling a little bit at the back there, but JC clearing off in front with
Yeah, and you'll see
Shad in
JC just
second.
holding that line there. He's going to have to hold off Cam mounting a challenge here, but I think he'll do that successfully. Cam just finds himself in the fence there, and the race is going to stay the same.
Yep, it's going to stay the same as they go into bends 3 and 4 for the final time. It will be a win for JC, it will be second for Shads, and it will be third for Cam. Hadlington 83 in fourth. But again, a very good match, and I think JC might just have nicked the track record there. I'm just going to double check. He has
He
indeed.
has, yes.
35.7868 JC with the new track record over Stefan. Stefan will be gutted to lose the track record there to JC, but it was a very quick heat from him. He was electric out the tapes. I just wonder if he did actually jump the start. I wonder because he was very quick out the gate.
Yeah, I think he just moved a little bit, and Cam actually missed the gate, which is why he was behind at the start there.
I wonder if JC will be given a warning there for a little bit of movement at the tapes, or if the ref will let it go.
I should be all right. Shads with 2 points, he'll be happy with that as well. Didn't have much pressure there to hold off, but a solid 2 points nonetheless.
Yep, and I can tell you it's still the same two leading the match with Crook and Stefan. In third is Dale Shaw on 7, Powis 84 in fourth on 7. It is Cam in fifth on 6. It's Craig, also Craig and Racer Ryan are joint 6 on 6 points. And in 7th at the moment, 07 is Dale Shaw and Powis 84 on. That doesn't add up. That should be. Oh, they didn't. Sorry, I've read that wrong. Where are we? In 8th place is Hadlington on 4 points. I read
Yeah, so I
that.
think 8 points probably is the most likely scenario to get into a semi-final place now.
Yeah,
Maybe even 7, but I think 8 is the most likely.
well, with only 2 heats to go, really, Fecky would need to win his next 2 to get in, as would Lofty and Speedy. I think it's the end of the road for Squall. I don't think he can make it. I believe with that, 3 last places is enough for Squall not to make the semi-final. But yeah, it's
He's
going to
going to
be.
hate me for this, but he's seen a lot of zeros today.
He has, and I think he was he not one of your men to watch as well at the start?
He was, and I think I've jinxed him.
You've done a Wolfie. You have managed to jinx him. It's contagious. I think we are awaiting the arrival of Speedy, who has 1 minute to join in, and he's just jumped in. Perfect timing there from Speedy, as the referee is happy for the race to go.
Yeah, and Hadlington ran a last in Heat 12, and he's back out in this one off of the inside gate, so it's entirely possible he steals a win here. Becky as well off the outside.
Yep. And we await the riders up to tapes now. The lights are green. And they're away, and another electric start off gate number 2 for the rider in blue. But wow, what's this fight going on between the riders in white and yellow, Fecky and Squall?
Great move by Squall.
And I think it's going to be a good fight for first and second, a good fight for third and fourth as well between Hadlington and Speedy.
A little bit of contact there between Fecky and Squall, but Fecky is holding on. Squall's trying to mount that pressure there, and he nearly gets it. It's very close between them two.
Yep, and Fecky holding the lead with a lap to go. Squall in second, and Speedy in third. Watch Speedy though, he's
Well,
into
being forced
second.
into the fence. Ouch! And Fecky just holds on, I believe, for
Fecky
first
takes the
place.
win. Speedy
Wow.
in second, and it was Hadlington 83 in third. Squall in fourth at the back. Did not expect Fecky to win that one, to be fair, so fair play to him. That probably means if he wins his next one, could get himself into the semi-final here. Being the under, only having been on 2 points, that pushes him a step closer to the semi-final.
Yeah, and he done exactly what I expected him to do, which was get straight out of that gate on gate 4, go mid-track, switch to the outside, and get past them all. And that's exactly what he did. Bit of pressure from Squall, who was unlucky to go in the fence in that race, but Speedy managed to hold on for that second place.
And that was one of the slowest heats of the night on 35.949.
But the slowest heats do always provide some good racing,
And
and that's exactly what we've seen.
it did 2 races in one there as well, to be fair, from the front two and the back two. As we move into Heat 14, it is Crook 66 in red gate 1, Cam in blue gate 2, Dale Shaw white gate 3, and Racer Ryan in yellow gate 4.
Yeah, we've got Cam, who ran a third place in his last one after a pretty poor gate. So hopefully he'll set the record straight there. Off of gate 2, the favourable gate.
Yep. And I actually meant to make a shout out for somebody because they had asked me earlier and I had completely forgotten until now. I'm just trying to remember who it was that asked me for a shout out. I'll try and remember. Where are they? It was Craig Hurrell had asked me for a shout out earlier on before the stream. He'd asked if I can give him a shout out. So, Craig, if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying the action. As we await the riders for heat number 14, and I think they're awaiting the arrival. I'm going to take a punt here and say it is Cam or Crook. Is that either Cam
Might
or
be
Crook?
Crook.
I'm probably going to say it's probably more likely to be Crook.
Yeah, Crook's on 8 points from 3 rides. If he gets another win here, then he's definitely guaranteed to be in the semi-final. And he's looking very strong this evening, as I expected. No league racing this year means he can put all focus into these GP meetings, and that's exactly what he's proven right tonight.
Yep, and I'd be hoping that not league racing will help him throughout the rest of the GP series. If tonight's anything to go by, I'll be hoping that continues throughout the rest of the series. As we
A
move,
very long series, though, so he's got to be in for the long haul.
he is indeed, and we are at tapes. The lights are green for heat number 14, and they're away. Pretty even start for the four riders. But look at this from the rider in yellow. Whoa, he's in
Ooh.
the fence, and that is Racer Ryan. The rider in red, Crook 66 in the lead. Cam is in second, and Racer. Oh no, it isn't. It's Dale Shaw in third. Racer Ryan at the back currently. As we
Yeah, and you can just see Cam running a bit wider on these bends here to try and get some more ground and get in the dirt, but it's not really working as Crook holds a very strong line here.
Yep, Crook 66 in the lead as they enter the third and fourth bend for the final time with Cam in second, Dale Shaw in third, and Crooks and Racer Ryan at the back. A very good win there for Crook 66.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Ryan too. He made a good start off of gate 4, but fortunately binned it.
Yeah, and it was another good race time of 35.814. So another respectable race there. Race win there for Crook 66. I wanted to say
And that
Crook.
win
No.
puts Crook
Yep.
on 11 points. That second place will put Cam on 8.
So Cam really needs to pick up at least 2 points in his final ride if he wants to make the semi-final.
Even a point might be safe this evening, as the rider in 8th place is on 5 points, which is Hadlington so far.
Yep, and He'll be hoping he can get a win in his next race out to cement his place in the semi-final, but it will be a close race to the finish. As we move into Heat 15, it is Craig in red gate 1, Sizzler in blue gate 2, Shads in white gate 3, and Zega in yellow gate 4.
Yeah, and this one's a tasty one. Craig back out. Not had the best evening so far, only on 6 points, but he has steadily improved in each heat.
It has indeed, and it'll be interesting to see how Sizzler, Shads, and Zagar get on in this heat as well. 3 riders that'll be looking to pick up some more points in this one.
Yeah, and Zagar's one that definitely needs a win here for any hope of getting into a semi-final and scraping a place there.
Well, and the 4 riders are at tapes in the server, and we're just waiting on the referee getting them up to tapes.
Also, no pressure on Shads in this one with how strong this heat is. Entirely possible he runs around the outside and gets past a lot of them on that boost on the middle straight.
Yep, and I think the referee is getting him up to tapes now. He is. And the lights are green. And they're away. What a start from the rider in blue there. Shot out the gate. And he's trying to use that outside run. Oh, we've just lost Shads there. And it is Sagar in the lead. Sizzler in second. Oh no,
Ooh,
we've just
pop
lost.
up for Zagar there, which is why he's just ended up in the grass. That's very unfortunate. Craig in the lead there. Sizzler trying to gain some ground on Craig, but Craig seems to be holding that line comfortably.
Oh, and Shad's hitting the fence there again. I think Craig will hold this race comfortably unless Sizzler can do anything on the last lap as they enter the third and fourth turn. It is Craig in the lead. Sizzler takes second and Shads takes third with Zega sitting in the fence at the back. So
Yeah, very unfortunate, and a night Zagar will want to forget. I know his mentality. I know he'll be quite disappointed with how he's performed tonight. But it is a long series. It's entirely possible he can turn this around.
it is entirely possible, but I don't know if that is going to be has put Zagar. Oh no, Zagar won't make the final now, the semi-final now, with that last place. I think that's his night over. He'll just be looking to come out in style in his very last heat. And Craig winning that in a time of 36.139. So I do believe that is the slowest heat of the night, but a very good, enjoyable heat to watch. All the way
Yeah,
all the
and
same.
Sizzler actually gated there, and that's something he's known for. It's his speciality is gating. But it was pretty unfortunate he couldn't hold it. Craig gaining ground on him, and I think Sizzler felt the pressure.
Yeah, well, we're about to hit the Heat 16, which will be everybody's fourth ride. So as we go into everybody's fourth, the last of the 4 rides, I can tell you still in the lead at the moment is Crook 66. Second is Craig on 9 points. Crook's on 11. In third is Stefan on 8. In fourth is Dale Shaw on 8. In fifth on 8 is Cam. In sixth place is Powis on 7. And in eighth place, I think I've messed this up again. No, Powis is
Two
7th.
riders joint seventh.
So they are 2 riders a joint 7th on 6 points. That's Racer Ryan and Ficky. As we go into heat number 16, it is Lofty in red gate 1, Powis in blue gate 2, Jai C in white gate 3, and Stefan in yellow gate 4. And I'm just going to quickly see if I can give you the update on the STS Series while we wait on this heat coming to tapes for
I just
heat.
want to say it's been a very tight meeting so far.
It has indeed some great racing out there as well, though. I can tell you on 12 points, Wolf still reading that match, 4 wins out of 4 for Wolf. Second on 11 points is Stephen. Third, joint third in fact, is Badger Racing and Pompey on 9 points. In 5th place on the 9 points is Scotty B. 6th place on 8 is Le Saucier. In 7th place on 7 is David No Fear. And in 8th place on 6 is Ben Thompson, but that's all changed as Fozzie is now third on 12. Badger Racing, sorry, is third on 12, as is Wolf on 12th and second. Stephen is now leading the match on 13. All changed there as I was reading it out. And Pompey is on 10 points in fourth as we go into this heat number 16. The lights are green and they're away, and it's a good start for the rider in yellow, believe it or not. That is Stefan. He is in the lead at the moment, but watch the rider in blue, Powis,
Look at that move by Powis.
to close the door, and Stefan's gone from second to fourth. He's back up into third as they enter lap number 3.
Yeah, and Powis holding this dive very well, getting in the dirt on the straights, and he's not going to be catched now. There's pressure from Stefan and Lofty, and he just passes him on bend 3 there.
Yep, and as we enter the fourth and final lap, it will be Powis in the lead. Stefan in second has given it everything he's got, and Lofty in third. JC at the back. Very good race there from Powis 84, and Stefan just struggled there to try and get to first place. Went from second to fourth and managed to get back to second place with a great ride. But Powis holding off and winning that race in a time of 35.816.
Yeah, and JC was very unfortunate to not get a point, as it looked like Lofty did shut off a little bit on that last lap.
It did indeed. He was unlucky not to get a point there with Lofty shutting off the gas, and that just meant JC had to shut off the gas as well to avoid hitting into him. As we go into Heat 16, I can tell you that Crook's still leading the way on 11 points in first. Although I think that's due to be that must be due to be changed in a second. And it will put Stefan. He'll be on 10 points. I'm just checking to see. I think it's just due to be updated in a moment. While we've got that being updated, it is Heat 17, Fecky in red gate 1, DL Shaw blue gate 2, Stefan back out again in white gate 3, and Shads in yellow gate number 4.
Yeah, Becky will probably be eyeing up a win here, I'd imagine. But Stefan in this one, looking to bounce back after a second place there against Powis, falling victim to Powis' blocking moves.
I think this is the spreadsheet's now just being updated. I don't know what that is in the top corner, but I believe that's a weird thing that I've never seen that before in the top corner of the server, so that's interesting. But after everybody's fourth ride, I can tell you, Crook 66 still in the lead on 11 points, joint second on 10 points, Powis 84, and Stefan in fourth place on 9 is Craig. Fifth place in 8 is DL Shaw. Joint 7th is Fecky and Racer Ryan on 6. And in 8th place on 5 is DL Shaw.
Yeah, and I think that top 4 is exactly how you'd expect it to be. Obviously, Stefan, Powis, Craig. Crook leading the meeting, I wasn't expecting as such. But he's rode very well this evening.
I'm actually going to I've just realised that Cam is actually in 6th place on 8 points. There is no 8th place, it's joint 7th. Are both on 6. And DL Shaw's in 5th place on 5. I think I might have read that wrong again. I'm not very good at reading this bit out. I get confused with the total and in the placings. I'll get there. As we enter heat number 17. All 4 riders in the server. And we are going to tapes for heat 17.
Yeah, and Stefan's off of a tough gate here, gate 3. It's not worked in the past few heats. But will he make it work?
The lights are green. And they're away. And it's a good start from Stephanie. Is absolutely shot into the lead there. Second at the moment, the rider in blue, DL Shaw, with Shads in third and Fecky at the back. And Stefan still holding into that lead as he goes into turn 3-4 for the second time. DL Shaw in second. Watch this from Fecky though. He's going to try and make a move into turns 1 and 2.
And it looks like Stefan's going to hold this lead as there is challenge from Fecky, but DL Shaw just runs a little bit tighter on that bend.
Yep, and
Fecky, though, running wider.
Is. Oh, it's going to get tight as they go into the last lap. Oh, well, that was the last lap. Stefan the winner. DL Shaw second. Shads in. Fecky in third and Shads at the back. And I can actually tell you, as I knew Stefan would be angry not to have the track record. Well, he's got it back now. 35.631 is the new track record from Stefan in heat number 16. Sorry, 17.
Yeah, and that's just Stefan doing what he does best, getting out the gate, holding that line. No one could get near him. Perfect ride.
So that's been 3 track records in this match tonight. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. 3 track records. Will there be another? I think somebody will break it again. I've got a funny feeling.
I did think it was going to happen. I can't remember the last time Prague has been used as a competitive track. Someone could correct me on this, but I think it has been a few years at least.
And I think that will cement Stefan's place in the semi-final. On He's now in the lead on 13 points.
Yeah, most definitely, and he'd be looking at ending up in semi-final one unless Crook has anything to say about that.
Yep, I'm just going to check Dale Shaw, Vicky, and Shads. Well, Shads is definitely not making the semi-final on 5. Vicky on 7. He is in 7th place at the moment. So it'll be a nervous waiting game for Vicky whether he makes the semi-final. And Crook, was it? Was it Crook? Who was the other rider? I forget who the other one was. It was
Yeah, sure.
DL Shaw. Thank you for that. DL Shaw is in 4th at the moment on 10 points. So it'll be a
Yeah,
nervous wait for Vicky to see if he makes the semi-final. I have no
even
idea.
though Shads hasn't scored a lot, he has not picked up a last place yet, so that's still not bad going.
He did actually. That last race he was last place.
Has he? Oh, he's down as third on this one, isn't he? Oh no. I just haven't updated my spreadsheet.
He was last place in the last race there.
Never mind, that just ruins what I said.
So as we go into Heat 18, it is Lofty Red Gate 1, Crook 66 Blue Gate 2, Hadlington 83 White Gate 3, and Craig off that dreadful outside gate of gate number 4.
But if anyone can make it work, it is Craig. He picked up 2 points off it last time. Obviously, Crook's going to mount a challenge. He's off of the favourable gate, gate 2. I'm expecting him to win this one here. We've also got Hadlington in this one. A win here could see him into the semis.
Kind of did the lights of green. And they're away. That's a great start off gate 2 from Crook. Oh, the Rider Red losing it a little bit. It is Craig in the lead though. Hadlington 83 second, Crook 66 in third. Lofty at the back as they enter. Benz 1 and 2 for the second time. It is still Craig in the lead. Second Hadlington 83 and third Crook 66 who's mounting a
Yeah, and
challenge on
Crook's
Hadlington.
mounting pressure here. He runs that inside, but Hadlington just beats him to it as he goes wide. But Crook, oh, nearly.
Yep, as we enter the last back straight for the last time, and now Hadlington's mounting a challenge on Craig. Will he get there? Oh, we've just lost
Oh,
Crook as
Crook's beat
well.
it.
It was a win for Craig. Second Hadlington 83 and third was Crook 66. Lofty was at the back in the red helmet colour. Not a great race there for Lofty. And that race was done in a time
Yeah,
of
and as I was expecting, if
35.968.
anyone could make it work, it was going to be Craig. Off of gate 4. Hadlington with that second place would put him on 7. I'm just not sure that will be enough this evening.
He's on 7. Hadlington has one race win, as does Fecky, so it'll be interesting after the next 2 heats to see how it ends up. But as we go into the penultimate heat of the night, Heat 19, it is Sizzler in Red Gate 1, Speedy Blue Gate 2, Cam in White Gate 3, and Powis 84 in Yellow Gate 4. And I'm just going to see if how the STS round 1's doing, where we are with that. We are coming into the penultimate heats of that one as well. We're actually in the last heat of that one. And at the moment, it is Stephen in the lead on 13 points. Second and 12 is Wolf 95. Badger Racing in third on 12 points. Fourth and 11, Le Saucier. Fifth on 10 points is Pompey. Sixth on 10 points is Scotty B. Ben Thompson, not Ben Thompson. David No Fears on 7 points in seventh. And Neil R 94 is in 8th place on 7 with one heat to go of the SCS round 1 before the semi-finals.
It's great to see Le Sorcier in there. He's always good in individual competitions. When we done the long track series going back about 2 years ago, he actually won that series, so he does prove to be a good individual competitor. Badger as well has had a good night. He was your pick.
Yeah, Badger, I'm quite surprised he's actually managed to get to third place. That's been a shock for me. Like I say, he was my pick because he is one of my teammates, but I didn't expect him to get to third place. So fair play, and Mulled Skipper's winning it in in first place. So
Has Wolf yet to ride though, or has he bottled his maximum?
Wolf is on a maximum and he's in the last heat
Okay.
with David No Fear, Tom Ridgway, and Ben Thompson.
Even if he does win his next, he needs to win a semi and the final to
Yep,
gain that maximum from the whole meeting,
he does
not just the
indeed.
20 heats.
As we await the, I think this is the final one on this one. Penultimate. I can't
Heat
remember.
19.
We're on heat 19, so we're a heat behind them. As we await the race of heat 19. I'm not too sure what's happening.
I think we're just waiting for the announcement. We've been waiting a while though. There we go. Frax just posted the result. We should be in any second.
Yup. I'm just going to see if 20's gone on the other one, just to see if we have the final result on that one while we wait on the 4 riders joining for heat 19 of this one. We do, we have a result.
Okay.
So, going by that result, I can tell you, currently in the league going into the semi-finals, Wolf 95, 15 points out of
Good.
15. Second place is Stephen on 13. Getting in third is on 12 points Badger Racing. Fourth place is Le Saucier. Fifth place is Pompey on 10. Sixth place on 10 Scotty B. Seventh place is David No Fear. And Ben Thompson has knocked Neil R out on. He's in 8th on 7 points and has knocked Neil R out of the top 8 and has qualified for the semi final.
Very interesting there. And Wolf being the wild card is doing some amazing things in that meeting.
And I've just realised actually, Wolf is one of our riders as well, so we've got 4 riders in the semi final. 4 warriors in the semi final. I completely forgot about Wolf.
Getting ready for Heat 19. We've got Sizzler off of the inside in red. Speedy's off of gate 2 in blue. Cam off of gate 3 in white. And Powis off of the outside in yellow.
And the lights are green. And we're away. And it is a good start for the rider in. Who's going to emerge in the lead? It's the rider in white. That is Cam. Oh dear, that's.
Oh, it's a solid ride by all 4.
Yep,
Speedy in the fence.
Cam just trying to hold on, but the rider in red, Sizzler getting through, Cam in second, Powis in third, and Speedy at the back as they enter lap 3.
And it's the battle of the Scorchers here. And Cam looks to get the better of Sizzler. Sizzler just. Oh no, Cam is holding on, sorry. Sizzler trying to get the better of Cam.
Oh, and
But he
Powis
just
up to
trips the
second.
fence there. Powis coming round. Will he hold the inside?
It is the final corner, and Cam going for the win. He's done it. Cam the winner. Powis second, Sizzler third, and Speedy at the back. That is a great result for Cam there in heat number 19. And I think
Most certainly is.
Sizzler got unlucky there. He was in second for a good while, and then Powis just managed to steam round him and take second off him.
It looked like Sizzler was going to gain a lead at some point, but a bit of pressure from Power seemed to put him off. Cam now is on 11 points. That is very respectable, considering he has literally no pressure on him, and it's one of his first Grand Prix meetings.
Yep, and that race was done in a time of 35.950, and with one heat to go, it looks like Racer Ryan would need 2 points here, and that would knock Hadlington out of the semi-final. JIC could qualify if he gets a win, and Zagar unfortunately can't qualify, so it's between JIC and Racer Ryan in this one to who will get the final qualifying spot.
And I know Squall's not scored a point yet, but this is the race where he will probably spoil someone's night.
He'll probably spoil 2 people's nights, because if they don't get the 7 points, then it will be Hadlington that qualifies. So could Squall be the double spoiler in Heat 20? I'm just going to see if there's been any lineups announced for the semi-finals of SCS, although I believe we're actually all in, so I will check it right after this heat. The riders are in. I forgot to do the lineup, and it is Zagar 55 red gate 1, Squall blue gate 2, Racer Ryan in white gate 3, JIC off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, and Squall off gate 2. I do think he's going to cause something here. Racer Ryan and JC both need to at least get a win. Ryan with his second, but Zagar as well. He's going to want to go out and win his last one to up his mood a bit after a pop up in his last race.
Here we go. The riders are at the tapes. The lights are green. And they're away. And it's a good start from all four riders. The rider in white, though, has made the best start. He is currently in the lead. But watch the rider in yellow. Oh, now it's the rider in red. Zagar 55 in the lead. Second at the moment. It's a fight between JC and
Oh, and Zagar bins it.
Squall.
And that means we need to get a switch on the camera. If that's the right tank, we can't actually see where they are.
It is.
There we go.
JC
Squall
in
in
the lead.
second place over Ryan. He's going to do it.
Can Squall now get the better of JC as they enter turns 3 and 4 to spoil the night for two riders? Not quite. JC taking the win. Squall in second and Racer Ryan in third with Zagar at the back. Which does mean after 20 heats. Let me just go back to that program. One little second. I'll switch my phone back to the right program. So with that win for JC, it means, I'm just trying to see, I think we're going to have, so in first still is Stefan, joint second is Craig and Crook on 12, fourth place on 12 is Powis, fifth place is Cam on 11, sixth place on 10 is DL Shaw, seventh place is JC on 7 points, and Hadlington has made it on 8th place on 7 points. Racer Ryan was on 7, however Hadlington has qualified. I think they were actually both on the same score, so I'm not too sure how they counted that back.
I'm pretty sure it should be Ryan that might go through because Ryan did beat Hadlington in their race when they went head to head.
Yeah, I think
And
that might
Fecky did also beat him.
I think that might need to be double checked because there actually could go either. So it might be Ryan then or Fecky. It's going to be difficult to decide here who's going to get it, but I think it will be Hadlington going by the programme.
Yeah, and JC just mentioning in the chat there, he wasn't expecting to get into a semi-final. A little bit lucky that 7 was the score count there, but a good ride by him.
We initially thought it was going to be 8, so 7 enough to qualify for the semi-finals. Nothing yet for the STS semi-finals, I think. Oh, we have semi-final 1 is Scotty B, Wolf 95, Le Saucier, and David No Fear. Which means semi 2 will be, and that is it. Scotty B in red, Wolf 95 in blue, Le Saucier going off gate 3 in white, and David No Fear in yellow gate 4. Stephen electing for gate number 2 in blue. Badger Racing off the outside in 4. So that will leave Pompey and somebody. I think that is, if I'm right. Pompey and Ben Thompson. Yes, Pompey.
There could be a surprise in semi-final 1. Wolf, Scotty. Scotty will probably do well off the inside.
Pompey's
might be one of the gates he likes.
Pompey's gone for red and Ben Thompson in white. So an interesting 2 lineups for the semi-finals of the SCS. I'm just going to see if our semi-finals have been decided. And I can tell you they haven't. Nothing in the programme as of yet. I'm waiting. Semi-final 1 will be, because it tells me, I can tell you who's in them. It will be first place, which is Stefan. Powis. 6 and 7, which is Dale Shaw and JC. And then semi-final 2 will be the remaining 4 riders, which are Hadlington, Crook, Craig, and Cam, who will make up the other semi-final.
Yeah, that first semi-final, Stefan gets first pick, so it'll be interesting to see whether he goes off of gate 1, gate 2, or gate 3, because they are all the gates that he won off of.
Or will Stefan go off gate 4 to try and get a win off gate 4? Who knows?
So calculations are in the chat. Fecky and Ryan beat Hadlington, and then Ryan beat Fecky, so it should realistically be Ryan and Fecky that are in the semi-finals, I believe.
Well, it would only be one of them because everybody else is on higher points. So well, could be JC's on 7 as well. So yeah, you're right. It would be, but we'll wait to see what's been confirmed by the committee.
Oh yes, I see. So it should be Ryan.
Just Ryan.
Pretty sure. Let me just double check. We won't know until it's been added up. Yeah, it should be just Ryan, I think. I think JC might be fine. Yep. Calculations complete. People are correct. Ryan takes the final spot. Unfortunately, Fecky and Hadlington miss out.
As so, JC's safe then. I take it. Yeah, he will be because he's on two. He had 2 wins, so he should be safe.
As we see there, the pick order. Stefan gets gate 2. I did expect that. And then Powis, I believe, might go off of gate 1. Be a tactical move by
Oh,
him
mine
there
hasn't updated then because I haven't got Stefan's name in.
in the Discord chat. It's all happening there.
Oh, it's all happening. Yep. Stefan's going for gate 2. Powis off gate 3.
Leaves DL the inside, JC gate 4, I'm assuming.
And I think Dale Shaw has the choice here of the 2 gates. So what's it going to be?
I should think it'll be gate 1, but entirely possible he just goes for the outside gate and hopes to get momentum.
I've just seen a comment from Shad there saying, if you're waiting for the committee to decide, we'll be here for a week.
Okay. And DL Shaw
Has gone
goes for gate 4. He leaves JC gate 1. That could be a mistake by DL. But we'll find out, obviously, when semi-final 1 happens. I'm very intrigued, to see how that goes now he's picked gate 4.
Craig has picked gate 2 for semi-final 2. JC has got the Tintin gate.
Yeah, I think expected for Craig to pick gate 2. Obviously, he's going to want the favourable gate, make a good start, and then he should look to lead all 4 laps.
So Craig off gate 2 for semi-final 1. We're just waiting to see. Sorry, semi-final 2. Next pick, I'm not sure who it will be after that.
It depends who goes off of gate 3 as well, because if they get ahead of the 2 riders off of the inside gates, then they can easily get to the front.
It will be Crook and then Cam and then Ryan will be left with which gate is left.
I should think Crook will go gate 3 here. Oh, he's gone 4.
Crook off the outside. Will that be a mistake from Crook? So it's up to Cam. Does he go for gate 1 or gate 3?
I wouldn't leave Ryan gate 3, but we'll see what Cam does. Yep.
Cam's gone for 3, which puts Racer Ryan off gate 1. So just a reminder, I'm hoping to put them in the spreadsheet. Not yet. They'll probably be due to go in a moment. Yes, they are. JC Red Gate 1 for Heat 21. Stefan Blue Gate 2. Powis 84 in Gate 3. And DL Shaw in Yellow Gate 4. With in semi-final 2 will be Racer Ryan in Red Gate 1. Craig in Blue Gate 2. Cam in White Gate 3. And Crook 66 in Yellow Gate number 4.
Very, very interesting. Now, Crook just says it'll be interesting to see if we get rid of this semi-final curse because he's always struggled to get to that last hurdle. But based off of his performance tonight, he might make it.
And just as a bit of information for you, the semi-final 1 has gone from SCS, and I can tell you, Wolf continues his winning 6 for 6. He is.
Wow.
He won semi-final 1, and his Warriors partner Scotty B took second place and qualified for the final. Saucier was third, and David No Fear unfortunately didn't qualify as he finished at the back.
So just working it out there, it's possible we see a Warriors final in the SCS series.
Well, at the moment, because if Stefan and Badger get through, it is going to be a Warriors final.
I'm surprised just how geared up Wolf came. I wasn't expecting him to to go 6 from 6, but will he make it 7 from 7? There's more pressure in the final.
I'm just waiting to see if round the second semi has gone, because we are waiting for our first semi-final to go.
I think we've got the heat announcement, just waiting for this, ready to go in the server.
Well, I can tell you something. It won't be an all Warriors final.
Oh,
Badger Racing won the heat.
wow.
Second place, Ben Thompson. Stephen finished third, and Pompey at the back. It's a shock from Stephen not to get to the final.
Yeah, and quite a shock to see Ben get through, but I thought he did. He's on a false average this season. I thought he was a bit hard. It was a bit harsh on him to get what he got last season. He didn't perform very well at Brewers, and I think the issues of captaincy was to do with that.
So it's 3 Warriors, and I'm trying to remember what team Ben Thompson's in.
Is he at Scorchers?
Possibly three Warriors and a Scotcher. As we go into our semi-final, the riders have been called to tapes. Over. And we'll give you the lineup for the SCS final just shortly. As the lights go green, and they're away, and a great start from Stefan off gate number 2, and JC
Is
has
there
gone,
contract there?
and it is. There was
Yeah.
contact, so it will be a rerun. JC in the grass again.
Now Stefan is going to be furious for that because that was the perfect gate. Bit lucky for JC though. Obviously he can go again now, but yeah, Stefan's not going to be very happy with that at all.
No, Stefan made a phenomenal gate there. He'll be furious with JC. We're going into the grass. But can he make the same start in the rerun? The lights are green again. And they're away, second time of asking. Another great start from Stefan off gate number 2. He's going round the outside, but hang on a moment. The rider in yellow, Dale Shaw in the lead. Powis in second, Stefan third, and JC at the back. Watch Stefan, oh my goodness. Matt steams up the inside and takes the lead. Second at the moment is Powis, and third now is JC with Dale Shaw
Great
at the back.
race. And Stefan just getting that wheel over the line there, the front wheel, and he's holding on for that first place. That is JC in second, and DL Shaw nearly bins it there with Powis at the back. And Stefan is going to hold on to win the first semi-final.
And JC, after getting put in the grass in the first running, takes the second place in the rerun with Dale Shaw in third and Powis at the back. And
Yeah, I think
see if the final
Powis will be very unhappy with that. He was a bit unfortunate there. JC, though, it shows that no two races are ever the same with that rerun.
It does indeed. JC coming back to win the rerun, which was a great result for him. He'll be happy with that. And Stefan will be glad that he managed to make the start in the rerun.
Yeah, it's a quality ride from Stefan to force his way through the two riders. And there was some great racing in that, some great blocking on bends 3 and 4. And Stefan just powered his way through a lot of them.
He did indeed. And Stefan cleared off there. No pressure at all at the front. I can tell you the lineups in for the grand final of the SCS meeting. Ben Thompson in red, gate 1. Wolf has gone for gate 2. Scotty B in white, gate 3. And Badger Racing off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, Badger could be the spoiler here off of the outside. It's entirely... It could happen that he sweeps through a lot of them. Wolf will want to complete a full maximum from this meeting. 7 from 7, which will mean that will be 21 points.
Yep, because he's currently on 18, so we want to get that last 3 points to complete a fantastic match for Wolf as we go into semi-final number 2 of the GP. And I'll just give you the lineup once again in 1 second. It will be Racer Ryan red gate 1, Craig in blue gate 2, Cam in white gate 3, and Crook 66 yellow gate 4. Crook has connected the tapes. The ref is getting the riders up to tapes for the semi-final number 2.
Yeah, and we've got Craig off of the favourable gate here. If he makes the start, that's him clear. Crook off the outside. He opted for the outside. Will that work for him?
Let's find out. And the lights are green and they're away. Another good start from the rider in blue, which is Craig. Watch the rider in yellow here as they go into turns 1 and 2 for the second time. It is Crook in the lead. Sorry, Craig in the lead. Racer Ryan was in second, but it is actually Crook in second, Racer Ryan in third, and Cam at the
Yeah,
back.
and just watch Crook running a little bit tighter on that bend there, as it seems there's a lot of lag there. That's going to be a
Oh,
rerun.
that's got to be a rerun. Everybody's on the grass now. So everybody. And Yellow's decided he's going to try and win the heat. Crook in the lead now. Racer Ryan in second. As the
Yeah,
other
that's the
two.
first issue we've had, unfortunately, with Tank doing both jobs.
It is indeed. Now, I think that will be a rerun. I'm fairly certain that'll be
Yeah,
a rerun with that lag.
it's a rerun for sure. All four riders lagged. All four are going to go again. That wasn't just lag, that was an absolute earthquake, but that's definitely going to be a lag rerun.
It is indeed.
Unfortunate for Craig because he was riding a very good line there. Crook as well in second place. He might have got him with a couple more laps, but it's just unfortunate. Does also mean Cam and Racer Ryan get to go again, try and get themselves in first and second place positions.
It does indeed. I'm just going to see if there is a result for the final of the SCS. I'm going to refresh my screen. Still no result at the moment.
Oh yes, we forget it is Stefan that is hosting the server. That's very not like Stefan's server to do that. He normally has really good connection, but
I'm just reading in the chat there. Was it Emmerdale at Steph's? All four back for a mid-race problem. Yeah, we are getting a rerun. And I can tell you the result is in for SCS. And the winner was Wolf. 21
wow.
points out of 25. Scotty B took second, and Ben Thompson in third. Badger at the back.
Very solid performance. Maybe Wolf feels he should have been a permanent addition in the SCS series. Going and getting a 21 point maximum, 7 from 7 rides, is absolutely ridiculous.
He's put stream question mark.
Yeah, we're all good on the stream.
Yeah, we're good to go.
It does mean Cam and Ryan then can redeem themselves. Yeah, Craig's not going to be very happy with that. Was leading Crook. Gives Crook another chance as well to go out and win this race.
Yep, as we await the ref taking the riders to the tapes. And the lights are going green. Unusual start position for the rider in red here. And they're away, and it's a great start from the riders in white and red, that being Cam and Racer Ryan. Watch this on the rider in yellow now in the lead. It's Crook in the lead, Racer Ryan second, Cam in third, but watch the rider in blue, Craig at the back.
Yeah, and Ryan's just about holding on that straight there, but Cam's going to look to force his way through. He run tighter on the bend to try and get the better of him. Crook's still in the lead, and Craig just literally clips the grass there. That's going to mean he finishes last, most likely. And Ryan, oh, and it's Cam that just goes in the grass as well. That's unfortunate.
I think it's going to end, and we go into turn 4 with Crook the winner and Racer Ryan in second, Cam in third,
Yep.
and Craig at the back. Means Racer Ryan and Crook through to the final.
Yeah, and that unusual start position, as you said, from Racer Ryan actually allowed him to get over and block the riders straight from the inside gate, and that was a great move as well, as he really had no issues from then forth.
And he will join Stefan and, I can't remember who the rider is, JC in the final. It'll be Stefan, JC, Racer Ryan, and Craig? No, Crook in the final. Sorry, Crook.
And I should think it will be Stefan that gets first pick over Crook here. Probably going off of gate 2 again.
I would imagine he will go off gate 2, but you never know. But it's more than likely he'll go off gate number 2.
Yeah, a great ride by Ryan there to hold off Craig. It was unfortunate them two did eventually go into the grass stroke fence, for Cam. Unlucky for Cam as well. He came in with no pressure on him, little expectation from a few people, probably in the lineup this evening, and he
I,
went out and scored a very respectable score. So
I
very good
think
from the young man there.
the referee may have called the result wrong in the chat. He's put Craig third and Cam at the back, and I believe Cam was third.
Yeah, Cam over Craig. Which means we see Craig and Powis crash out in the semis, which was not expected at the start of this evening. You'd have thought they'd have made the finals, but it's a long series. There's a long, long way to go. 8 rounds. Still got obviously the 7 rounds to come.
So I think,
Anything can happen.
yep, anything can happen. I think Stefan will get first pick, and then it will be the winner of the second semi-final should get second pick, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be Crook, and then by either Racer Ryan or JC for third pick.
Stefan, Crook, JC, and Ryan.
There you go.
Stefan off of gate 2.
So Stefan off gate 2, not a bad choice for Stefan. Where will Crook go? Crook going for 4.
Crook has made it work, so not really a surprise there.
JC Willie is going for 3, which puts Racer Ryan off the Tintin gate of gate number 1.
But you've seen what he did in his last race there to get second place. He slightly adjusted his start position. If he does that again, it could work for him.
3 plus 4 is good, wanted that. JC disappointed didn't get gate 4.
It's entirely possible here we have a battle between Stefan and Crook, and JC or Ryan can get caught in that battle and just get the better of them. It's going to be a very close final, this.
It is. It's been a very good match tonight, I have to say, from all the riders. In both this
Yeah,
one
and
and the
JC,
STS as well, to be fair. Looks like it's been just
JC
about...
after 3 rides, he wouldn't have expected to make the final, so it's a very solid performance from him. As we are just awaiting the heat announcement then.
That's what I went. I'm just going to see what the track record was for the STS series. I can tell you it was... if I can find it. The track record was 35.892. And that was set by... it wasn't even in the semi-finals.
Ben
It was
Thompson, I'm pretty
Ben
sure.
Thompson. Yes, you are right. It is Ben Thompson
Yeah.
set the track record for them. And currently Stefan has the track record in the GP series going into the final.
And Stefan will hold that track record overall due to both competitions being held on the same track.
Yep, his time being 35.631. So if he can break that in the final, that'll be a miracle.
Well, he is known for his gating, and I'll not count out a flyer in the final here.
Well, to be fair, the second semi-final was done at a time of 35.788 in the first one and 35.819. So I wonder if the grand final will be even quicker than the 2 semi-finals.
I'm sure it'll be a tight contest, so it might well be one of the slower races of the night.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tight contest with Racer Ryan in Red Gate 1 and Stefan in Blue Gate 2, JC in White Gate 3 and Crook off that outside gate, Gate 4 in yellow. And the referee has now called the riders to the server.
I think we're just waiting Crook to enter the server.
Crook's in. Heat what? What? JC losing his marbles here, I think.
Maybe he wants more points due to the new point system.
The grand final is ready to go. Racer Ryan, Stefan, JC, and Crook. Who will win?
And I think the rider you'd want to keep your eye on here is Crook off of the outside. As I've said before, he's made it work, and if he gets a gate here...
I'm just hoping JC manages to stay on the bike on the track for the first run of the heat. Again, that rider in red, Racer Ryan, making an unusual start as they all enter the first turn. And it is the rider in blue, Stefan, who makes the start. Racer Ryan in second, but the rider in white, JC, now making his way through. And Crook 66 at the back. Watch JC though, he's fighting the rider in red, Racer Ryan, as they enter laps.
Yeah, and in the midst of this battle between these 3 riders, it looks like Stefan's going to claim this first place and claim the round win. But the battle for second place is on, with Crook just about keeping ahead of JC.
As we enter the final bends, it will be Stefan the winner, Crook in second, and JC in third, with Racer Ryan at the back in fourth.
And might we have a new track record?
We might indeed. I will just go and double check. The track record 35.697.
There we go.
I think that might be a track record. I'm just going to double check.
I think that really helped Stefan out there, having the free battle between each other in second, third, and fourth place, which is mainly why he got that win.
It was slightly slower than his track record in Heat 17, but not by much. So with that result, it means Stefan wins the meeting on 19 points. Second place, Crook 66 on 17. Third place is Craig on 12. Fourth is Powis on 12. Fifth place, we have Cam on 12. Dale Shaw finished on 11. Not Cam. 10 points for JC, 9 for Racer Ryan, 7 for Fecky, 7 for Harlington, 6 for Sizzler, 5 for Shads, 4 for Speedy, 3 for Lofty, 2 for Zega, and 2 for Squall. So not a bad meeting.
Yeah, a very good meeting. It was very tight between all the riders in this meeting. You've seen that when the semi-final places were being put in, because obviously we had that little moment with Fecky, Hadlington, Racer Ryan. A good night of racing though. Obviously Stefan winning it. Not too much of his shot, but Crook did give a good effort there. He did put out a good effort. Yep. JC as well, 10 points at the start of the meeting. He was only on 4 after 3 rides. That's where he'll be hoping. Well, that's where he'll be wishing. It was the old point system where he used to get 16 points for third place.
Yep, he will indeed. And just looking at the STS scores as well, 21 points for the winner, Wolf in first place. Second on 15 was Badger Racing. Third place was Stephen on 14. Fourth was Scotty B on 14 as well. Fifth place was Le Saucier on 12. Joint sixth on 10 points is Pompey and Ben Thompson. And in 8th was David No Fear on 9 points. Then you move down to the 7-point bracket for Neil R94. Then you've got 2 riders on 6. That's Mackinnon and Fozzie. 5 points for Hobnob. 3, and also for Sculio, he's on 5. Tom Ridgway on 3. And Lango and the no rider obviously on 0 points.
So as we look at it, Praga was a track that threw up some very good racing as we look forward then to round 2, which is in Austria in Murek. One that I don't know much about. I'm not sure about you.
No, I don't know too much about the Austrian track, but it'll be interesting to see how the riders get on in the second round. A big thanks to Tank for sharing his screen tonight. I know he had a busy night, both riding, reffing, and sharing his screen for us to watch the GP. Big thanks also to Thrax for refereeing the meeting tonight. But yeah, it's been a good match.
Most definitely, and I just want to say a couple of things before I wrap it up myself to say goodbye. I'd like to say that the next episode of the All Four Back podcast will be streamed on Friday at 8 p.m. And then we've also got the next round of the SCS series, which is round 2, will be live streamed. We're alternating this year between GP and SCS series, between which ones we want to live stream. So you'll have the SCS series for round 2, GP for round 3, and then SCS again for round 4.
Fair enough. Not sure who'll be in the commentary box for the SCS round 2. Pretty sure it won't be. I'm pretty sure again it'll be a Sunday, which I don't think means I'll be in the commentary box. It'll be interesting to see which pair of commentators will be thrown into the deep end for that one.
It will indeed.
Maybe we might see the return of a certain. I can see him in Mr. Dan Chester might be required to come back.
We might have him. We might have Hadlington. He's been out of the commentary booth for a while. I know he does the podcast, but in terms of meeting commentary, he might be a busy man though with captaincy.
Well, he might be racing. He might not be able to because he'll be racing in the GP.
Yeah, that's true. But in terms of meeting streams as well, it's good to have this varied amount of commentators. So you've got me, you, Wolfie, Winchester. It just throws up different dynamics.
Yep, it does indeed. Well, I think that is it for tonight's stream. Big thanks again for Tank and for Thrax, and for yourself, Canada, for jumping into the commentary booth. It's been a varied mix of commentators for the last 3 matches, and I think the next one possibly, I'm not sure if there's another stream during the week. Don't know if anything's been decided yet.
Yeah, most likely will be, but I'll get back to everyone for that. So all I have left to say is thank you for joining me as well in the commentary booth this evening. It's been a very good evening of racing.
Yep, well that's all for us tonight, folks. Keep an eye on the social media pages and you'll see when the next stream is. Until then,